The baseline of this entire example is that you clarify this with your HR, because the HR don't reveal these things explicitly. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Lightly Noor. So today's topic is offer letter checklist, which means that which are the points which you should check before accepting any offer. The story behind this content is that as a fresher, we are so excited to start our career journey that most of the time we do not check the offer letter in details and we end up getting into trouble. This is not something which is taught in our schools or colleges. Also, IT industry itself is a different world, and if you are new to it, you might not understand few of the terms and conditions. You are lucky if you have your elder siblings or relatives or seniors who can guide you, but most of us have learned this from our experience, from our mistakes rather. So watch this video till the end so that you do not make these mistakes. Alright, let's get started. The first point, no, not the salary. There is something which is more important than your salary. Number one is employment type. You need to check whether you are going to be a full-time employee or a contractual employee. Full-time employees are basically the permanent employees, and contractual employees could be on a third-party payroll. If you do not understand these terms and the difference between them, please check out my last video. I'll provide the link on this I button so that you can go back and check that out. I've spoken in details about these two terms and the differences about these two. So watch that video so that you do not fall into the trick of consultancies and third-party payroll. So it's very important for you to check that which kind of employment you are getting into. Sometimes your HR or the recruiter does not mention this clearly, especially if they are offering you a contractual role. Hence, you should check this in the offer letter. It is mentioned very clearly in your offer letter. Second checklist. Yes, this is your salary. Apart from checking the overall package or the overall CTC, it is very important that you check the breakup of your salary, especially the components like fixed and variable. Let me give you a very practical example. When Baiju started hiring, when it was scaling up, they were offering a package of 7 LPA to a fresher for a business development manager role. People as a fresher were so overwhelmed with 7 lakh CTC. Usually for a fresher in any IT company, starts with 3.5 to 3.8 and it is just the double. But when people actually got the offer letter, they saw that only 3.5 or 3.8 were the fixed component, whereas the remaining, which is almost 50%, was a variable pay, and those variable pay was tied to their performance. So there are two critical points to note over here. First of all, variable pay is not considered while calculating a hike when you apply for your next job. The next job offer which you get will be calculated on your fixed CTC and not on your overall CTC. So it's very important that you know what is your fixed CTC. Second point, clarify this with your HR that what type of variable component is that. Is it a joining bonus? Is it a yearly bonus? Or is it something which is related to your performance? Let me give you my example. When I joined Amazon, I got certain amount as the joining bonus, which was divided into 12 months, and I got that component along with my monthly salary. That had nothing to do with my performance. On the other hand, in my last organization, there was certain percentage of my CTC which was a variable pay, and that was attached to my performance. Let me give you an example to clarify this. Let's suppose my CTC was 1000 rupees, like 1000 in 12 months. So out of 1000 rupees, 600 rupees was my fixed pay. So 600 rupees divided by 12 months, I get 50 rupees a month as a fixed salary. Remaining 400 rupees was my variable pay, and that was a quarterly bonus which they said. So 400 rupees into 4 quarters, which was 100 rupees in 1 quarter. So you might be knowing that every quarter your performance is reviewed. So basis that, I will get that 100 rupees. If I perform good, I get the entire 100 rupees at the end of the quarter. If I performed average, I get 80% of that 100 rupees, which is 80 rupees. And if I perform below average, then I get only 60% of that 100 rupees, which is 60 rupees. Hope this example helped you understand the concept. So the baseline of this entire example is that you clarify this with your HR, because the HR don't reveal these things explicitly. Also, while negotiating your salary, try to increase your fixed component and reduce the variable one. And if you have two offer letters, then choose the one which is having a higher fixed component. Third point, notice period. While most of the company has a 30 days of notice period for an entry level job, but for fintech and banking services, the notice period is between 60 to 90 days, even for an entry level job. I understand freshers barely care about this, thinking it's no big deal, but it is a big deal, and let me tell you how. Because most of the company gives you a 30 days of time to join after releasing the offer letter. So when you get your next offer letter, your next company is going to give you only 30 days to resign from your current company and join them. So if your notice period is 60 days and 90 days, then you will be in a trouble. Hence you need to check this in your offer letter before accepting it. Also, when you start looking for a job and you mention your notice period as 60 days or 90 days, there are chances that you will not be shortlisted or you will not be preferred over a candidate who has 30 days of notice period, because no one wants to wait. Now, if you have a little understanding about the IT industry, you would say that I will serve for 30 days of notice and remaining days I will buy out. So let me tell you one thing, not every company offers an option of buyout. So even if your new company is ready to buy out the notice period, your current organization might not let you go. They might need you and not your money. Fourth point is non-competence clause. So non-competence clause is usually in the banking industry or in a fintech where the employees handle very sensitive information about banking details, etc. It is also prevalent in some of the e-commerce company which deals with very sensitive data. So some of the fintech company has this clause that you cannot join its competitor company just after leaving this company. For example, if you're working in a UPI team for Paytm and your profile includes onboarding corporate clients like retail stores, so you just cannot leave Paytm and join PhonePe in the same UPI team. I'm using this company's name just for the example's sake. I am not at all commenting that Paytm or PhonePe has this clause, but I know for sure that fintech has this clause because I too have worked in a fintech industry. While there is no problem in this clause, but you need to check this out and be mindful when you search for your next job so that you don't get into a trouble for breaching this clause if you're intending to work for your company's competitor. So now the most obvious question is that can company drag me to court if I breach this clause? The answer is yes. As per the contract, the company can. But will the company do this? The answer is maybe or maybe not. I have never seen these instances happening, so I cannot comment, but I can give you one hint that companies have a larger mess to deal with. So breaching this clause, going to a competitor, and that too at an entry level job, they are not going to bat an eye unless this is happening at a very seniority level where the board of directors or the VP of the company is leaving this company and joining its competitor. That could be an area of concern for a company and not someone who was there at an entry level job. This brings me to the end of the video. Hope this video was informative and you learned something new about the IT industry. Consider subscribing to my channel for more such information. Press on the like button if you like the content so that it helps this video reach to a larger audience. Thank you so much for watching me. Good luck and stay tuned.